Hey guys, Ed here. Welcome back. All right, guys. Here we go. We're going into step 10 in the instruction booklet of our Trumpeter HEMTT build. We got a sub-assembly that we're going to be assembling in this video. Okay, we're going to be taking that not exhaust system, that filter system that we built in the previous video, and we're going to be adding that into the sub-assembly. It's a fender that we're making for our HEMTT that we're going to be attaching to the chassis. Okay. So we got a few things we need to make and put on that fender, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's just get out right on into it, guys. Welcome back, guys, to Models and Beer. Okay, here's our part B20 that we're going to be starting off with, and it has us drilling some holes. This hole, this one, and then these two here. Okay, and they're tiny little holes, and I'm assuming that we need to drill those just as they are shown. I mean, we don't want to make it much bigger than that, right? Another thing that kind of confuses me on this, it says drill holes here, but let me get it back in focus here. But they are not, like, they're squares. Can you see that? Which is kind of odd. I don't know, you can't make it out, I guess, but there is a flat part on that. Yeah, you see it there. See how that's flat? But it says to make a hole. So I guess what we'll do is we're going to try to drill these to the exact dimension that they are here. It doesn't really tell you in the instructions. It just shows some lines. It says drill here. So I did pick these bits up, guys, a while back off of Amazon. And so we can use these. We'll find one that's pretty close to that dimension there. So let me see what I can find. Okay, let's take a look at this one here. And that looks pretty close, right? Yeah, let's see how this goes. I'll try to do it by hand here. Yeah, it's ready to come through the other side. Yeah, it didn't take much to get that to happen. Let's clean it down a little bit. I guess, we'll go small, and if we have to go bigger, we can always make it bigger, right? Let's get this other one. Yeah, it's easier to make it bigger than it would be to make it smaller again if we made it too big. So we'll start off small, and then when we go to put our parts in there, we'll know then whether or not we need to make that bigger or not. Let me go in from this side, just clean these holes out. Okay. Small camera. Let me back out a little bit here, guys. So we can get a better view of what I'm doing here. There we go. That should work. Let me see these other ones here. I'm going to go with the same size. And like I said, we can always make it bigger if we need to. And these holes do look a little bit larger than ones we just drilled. But then again, it's not showing it as a circle hole either, so... Trumpeter did send those spots out, though, guys, where they want your holes. If you hold it up to a light, you can almost see the the light through the whole area, so it's not hard to get a drill through there. It's nice and thin in those spots. Yeah. These little drill bits, guys, they are, I picked these up off of eBay. I forget what I was building at the time, but it's in one of my, I'll have to try to find that and I'll put a link to it. It's in one of my videos I had shown these. Oh, it was in one of my car builds. Oh, what was that? Oh, the Fast and Furious build, guys. The Fast and Furious build. If you go back on my Fast and Furious, I think when we were making the motor, if you go back in that video, I got a link to these little screwdrivers. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we got the holes drilled for the most part. Let me get this drill back in its case. Okay, so we got C82 right here, and that is going to go on here like this. Let me get a better grip here. Yeah, right in there like that. How's everybody doing with that cold weather? Even here in Florida, guys, it's been cold. We've been dealing with upper 30s, 40s, which I know is not cold for you guys, but in Florida, that's cold. But it's nice to, you know, get the fresh air, open up the windows, and because generally it's so humidity here, you know, the humidity's so high that we run the air conditioner constantly. So it's nice to get some fresh air. Okay, that goes in there just like that. There we go. Okay, there's C82. Let me make sure that's standing up right. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, we're going to give that a moment to set, guys, just so we don't mess it up. We'll let that set. Be right back. Okay, so this is part C11 right here, and that's simply going to go on this little post right here. But I've been lucky with the cold weather, guys. I don't go to work until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's like I don't have to deal with that cold, you know, first thing in the morning. I want to make sure this is on there straight. Yeah, I don't get up till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, I go to work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't get up at 2. But yeah, I don't have to go outside and deal with that, you know, upper 30s, lower 40s weather. And because I was born and raised here in Florida, because I've lived here all my life. Actually, I lived right here in this town that I live in all my life, born and raised here. So snow and cold weather, I don't know a whole lot about that. But in Florida, when we do get cold weather, guys, it's only for a day or two, and then it gets tolerable again. We get back into the, you know, 70s in the winter time. So, all right, so let's dig out part J12 and see if we can't get that attached. Okay, so here's our piece J12, and this is kind of interesting, guys. As I was cleaning this up, I noticed there's an imprint in the back of this piece, and it's you can kind of see that, right? It says Oshkosh with a like a logo on there. What is that all about? Is that like on the truck itself, and because it is kind of raised? So yeah, maybe after we get that painted, maybe that'll stand out a little bit more. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. See, you can see it raised right there, right? Yeah, it's crazy. All right. So it's showing the 3 dots as going upwards like this. And then which way is our piece facing? We want to be like this. Now, shoot. All right. All right, so let's take a look at something here real quick, guys. That piece, J12, here it is here, and you can see that little emblem. See it right there? And it's kind of weird that they didn't give you like a decal, but that is raised lettering on this piece itself. See right there? So that's kind of cool, right? I don't know how much that we're going to see, though. I guess when we're shooting paint and primer on there, we had better do it very thin, because otherwise we're just going to drown that right out in paint. You'll never see that. Okay. That'll be something we'll have to keep in mind as we're painting, not to go too heavy there. We're going to lose that in paint. Okay, so, and it shows it as spacing out the outside, so I guess this needs to go just like this. And we're going to have to make sure that we're at a 45-degree angle on this. It's no definite spot. I mean, there's a definite spot where it lands, but not, I mean, it could, you know, we could wiggle that thing either way, so we're going to have to, let's see if we can make this happen. I like it better when a piece locks into a hole and it's there, not when you're resting it on something and it has to be in a certain position. That makes it hard because there's nothing to hold it there. Do you know what I mean? Until the glue dries. So let's see what we can do here. All right. So that raised emblem goes to the outside. All right. See what happens here, guys. There we go. I guess that's okay. That looks pretty close, right? I mean, that looks... Yeah, I like that. We're going to leave well enough alone and just let that dry right there. We got that emblem to the outside just like it shows. Okay, I'm going to let this cure a minute only because if I hit that, it's going to fall right off. So we're going to let that cure just a little bit so we know it's there, nice and tight. All right, let's go ahead and assemble this piece here, guys. We got a couple of pieces we need. Looks like everything is on the U-sprue. So let me dig out that U-sprue. Let me get those parts cut out and cleaned up, and we'll assemble them. Okay, so I got all the pieces here, guys. So let's start with the U34, which is this piece here, and U39. Let's get those connected. And again, we're dealing with some little tiny pieces and big fingers, and how does it want to go on there now? This. Hang on, let me study this really quick, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. So we're going to see if we can... There we go. like that. Here we go. And then this piece needs to go into here. And it's keyed. Good deal. You can see it there. Oh, I don't think I'm in focus here. Let me get my camera reworking here. Okay. Yeah, you can see it's keyed. And I was wondering because this cap that we just put on is not like completely centered. It's offset, so I don't know if that matters. Plus we got these little spline things sticking out. I don't know if they're just for cosmetics or if something's going to connect to those. So, but no worries. We got, this thing is keyed. So that makes it problem free. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. I love it when it comes together like that. Awesome. All right, cool. So far, so good, guys. And then we got this little tiny piece here that needs to go into this hole here. And that one really doesn't matter. It's uniform all the way around. So let's just see if we can get it in this hole without it flying out of my fingers and onto my floor. We'll never find this thing again. All right, easy does it. I know you can't see what I'm doing, guys, but... Oh, I got it. There we go. All right, cool. I'm having good luck with these little pieces lately here, guys. Okay, there we go. And then now we got this piece here, U35, and it's showing the cutout as being over this way. And so that's going to go just like this. Am I right? Or is it like this? It's like that. Okay. Now it locks in. It didn't before. All right, cool. That goes like that. All right. Let's commit. I know a lot of you guys put the parts on and then let capillary action pull the glue in, and I've done that, and I prefer to do it this way if I can, and I'll tell you why. It seems as though, say for instance, there's a seam here and I brush the glue onto it. After a few minutes of handling it, it starts to soften, and then my fingerprints start showing up in the glue where it softened the plastic. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason I do it under the piece and try to, put them together that way rather than putting the piece on and then wiping the glue in a spot where your fingers are going to get, because I've never had luck. It always ends up, a few minutes, my fingerprints will all start showing up in the plastic where the glue had softened the plastic up. So, okay, there we go. So that is U35. I think we got it complete here. And that's going to be going on to our other piece here. So let's figure out how that goes on there. Hang on 1 minute, guys. All right, here's K18 and K5, simple assembly. Let's get these together. And I'm not sure if this is directional or not. think that goes like that. Yes, it does. Looks like that. Okay. So I'm trying to make it a habit of double checking everything that I do before I do it. I look at the instructions, I look at the pieces, and then I look at the instructions one more time. There we go. That's pretty simple. And then this guy is going to go on the end here. So let's go ahead and get it in here. I believe so. Let me check. Be right back. Okay, so that goes into two of the holes that we had drilled into this piece earlier, guys. Glad I double checked that. Like that. Yeah, I'm glad I double checked that. I was going to put it over here on the end. Alright, cool. There we go. Okay. And let's set this aside for a moment. And we're going to get to play with a little bit of photo etch here, guys. What part is that? That is K25, which is right here. And then PC C3. So let's pull out our little photo etch bag here. And this is it right here. Let me get it out of the bag. See it better. Okay, so this is our piece right here, guys. Right there. Let me get the backing off it here. Okay. So I got it cut out. There it is. Alright. Our first piece of photo etch on our HEMTT build. And okay, so according to the instructions, that needs to go onto this piece. Like that. Okay. Like that. And then it's going to go into this back piece right here. Now, does that matter which way that goes on there? I'm guessing not. Let's get a little glue on here. Let's see what happens here. I might need to use tweezers. I hate using tweezers on parts, guys, especially small parts. Hang on. Alright. Oops. Alright, I got a better idea. Hang on. Alright guys, so I got a toothpick. I dipped the end of it into some wax, okay? I lit a candle and dipped it into the wet wax a few times until I had a little bit built up. I think that's going to be a safer bet for getting this piece on without using tweezers. I don't like using tweezers. So, alright. Let's get some glue back on here because I'm sure it's dry by now. There we go. Alright, wish me luck. Come on, baby, get in there. Yeah, there it goes. We got it. Looks like we could press it down a little bit more, though. Shoot. Too many places to grab it. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can get it to seat just a little bit better. Whoa. There we go. I'm not going to mess with it anymore, guys. That's close enough for me. And let's get some glue down here in the bottom. Just for good measure. There we go. Alright, so that worked. Check it out. It's kind of odd with that place for that photo etch though, right? I mean, it's like you're never going to see that once we get this thing painted. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Maybe just to get us warmed up for the photo etch coming up. Maybe that's a good place to get our feet wet. I don't know. Okay, so now we got our breather assembly that needs to go on here. We're also we got a gas can or some type of a can. I'm assuming it's a gas can. But I'm not gluing that on yet because I want to weather that and paint it differently. So, all right, let me see how this has got to go on here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I see now, guys. So this piece, our breather assembly that we did in our last video, is going to go just like this. Yeah. It's got that plate that's going to go right here. And then that little arm thing that off to the side right here goes in that little hole. So let's see if we can get this all to line up quickly here. Like that. Okay, we got it, guys. There we go. I still have this little bit of a seam right here, guys, that I need to deal with. I got some putty. I'm going to just slide in there. We're going to do a quick sanding on that and paint it. We'll never see that. I'm not sure why that didn't come together when we were working on it yesterday. Or on the previous video, I should say. Well, it's not going to be yesterday when you're watching it. Alright, guys. Be right back. Okay, and our last piece is just this gas can here, guys, and that completes step 10. C59, C60. And like I said, I'm not going to put this onto that sub-assembly that we just built. I want to paint this differently than the rest of that. So we won't be attaching that on there today. There we go. And there's our little gas can. I'm assuming it's a gas can. Maybe kerosene can, I don't know. Hydraulic fluid. Alright, there we have it. So here is our finished sub-assembly, guys. This is complete step 10. I believe that's step 10, right? Yeah, step 10. And that'll do it for this video. Got a little bit more accomplished on this video than we did the the last one, right, where we were making up this air filter. Sometimes things just go better than they do other times. And our gas can, guys, that's going to be sitting right here when we, after we get it completed. Just like that. It'll be like that. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get this camera flipped around and we'll end this video. Be right back. All right, guys, there we have it. That completes step 10 of our Trumpeter HEMTT wrecker build. Yeah, we got quite a bit accomplished in this video. We completed step 10. There was quite a bit to it. It was problem-free. We really didn't have any issues this time around. And next week, we're going to be going into step 11. Okay, guys, what that's going to entail is doing the other fender. And we're going to be attaching the sub-assembly that we just did in this video here, which is a fender. And then we're going to attach the other fender to our chassis. And then we got an exhaust system that's got a little bit of PE in it that we're going to be playing with. So, all right, guys, with that being said, everybody have a great weekend. Yeah, we got the weekend coming up, right? And I will catch you back next week, and we'll pick up right where we left off. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.